Raiding the Tomb of St. Mark. Mark was not one of the 12 disciples, but he was a follower of Christ and mentioned many times in the New Testament. After being miraculously released from prison by an angel, Peter went to Mark's house, where a group of disciples had gathered to pray for Peter's release. Presumably, Mark was one of these disciples. The second mention of Mark is in Acts 15:37. Barnabas wanted to take his cousin, Mark, with him on a missionary journey. However, Paul refused because Mark had gone home early on their last journey. This disagreement was so strong that the two apostles split ways. Paul took Silas with him to Syria and Cilicia, and Barnabas took Mark with him to Cyprus. Eventually, Paul would change his mind about Mark. In Philemon 1:24, Paul calls Mark his fellow laborer, and in 2 Timothy 4:11, he asks for him by name. Get Mark and bring him with you, because he is helpful to me in my ministry. John Mark wrote the book of Mark between AD 50 and 59, making it the oldest of the four Gospels. However, according to Eusebius of Caesarea, Mark wrote down the sermons of Peter, thus composing the Gospel according to Mark before Peter left for Alexandria in the 3rd year of Claudius, AD 43. There is also some dispute about the identity of Mark as a historical figure. Hippolytus of Rome believed that Mark the evangelist, John Mark, and Mark the cousin of Barnabas were 3 separate people. However, Papias, writing between 60 and 130 AD, identifies Mark the evangelist as John Mark, who wrote the Gospel of Mark. Mark also traveled to Alexandria and founded the Church of Alexandria in Africa. Today, Coptic Christians accredit St. Mark as the first apostle to bring Christianity to Africa. According to Eusebius, Mark was martyred during the reign of Nero in 62 AD. Coptic tradition holds that he was martyred in 68 AD by pagans who blamed him for the growth of Christianity in Alexandria. A rope was put around his neck and he was dragged around the city until he was dead. In artwork, St. Mark is often depicted with a winged lion by his side. This may be because of a legend in which, while taking refuge from a storm in the port city of Venice, Mark was visited by an angel in the form of a winged lion. Today, the bones of St. Mark are venerated in 2 cities. The head of St. Mark and some of his bones are in St. Mark's Coptic Orthodox Cathedral in Cairo, Egypt, the location of his martyrdom in 68 AD. In 828 AD, 2 Venetian merchants reportedly stole Mark's bones from Alexandria, fearing their desecration by an Islamic governor of the Ottoman Empire. They covered their theft by replacing Mark's bones with those of St. Claudia. They then smuggled Mark's bones out of Egypt in a barrel of pork fat. St. Mark's Basilica was built to house the relics and became a major attraction for religious pilgrims for the next 1,000 years. The current Basilica of San Marco, built in the Byzantine style, dates to 1063 AD. When looking at the final resting place of Mark's bones, it's easy to forget that he was just a simple man who gained eternal glory through Jesus Christ. And so can you. Whoever hears my word and believes him who sent me has eternal life. He does not come into judgment, but has passed from death to life. John 5:24.
Hi, I'm David, and I really need your help to get the message out. Please subscribe to my channel, and watch the next one.